So there is the betting at market. 3-to-1 joint favourites at market. Rasen, Stately Home and Linton Rock. 7-to-2 Weaver George. 5-to-1 Mr. Drum. 8-to-1 Super Coin. 12-to-1 Bar.
Well, this is, under 2 weeks to come back from Germany, but I still think his performance, he's got a really good chance here.
Well, another one that was successful last year, if not slightly suspect at jumping occasionally, was Mr. Drum. Warren Marston rides today. Trainer is Mark Wilkinson, and we can hear his views on his chances today.
Thank you. Very competitive Tote Bookmakers handicap chase. Valuable race here at Market Rasen. With me is trainer Mark Wilkinson, who runs Mr. Drum. He's had a great first season over fences, won 4 times, Mark. What do you expect from him today?
Well, it's his first time in handicap company. It is a very hot race, as you'd expect, a £15,000 race. He had a couple of blips, a couple of runs back. Things just didn't go right, went the wrong way for him. But he won very easily the other day at Huntingdon. The second horse, the horse he beat, was way behind him that day, came out and won the other day. So he seems to be in good form. He likes it around here. I think he's won 3 times around here. Good form, hot race, but he must have a chance.
As you say, he does like it round here, but the last time we saw him here, he was a distant 4th to Monk Soam. Any excuse that day?
Well, he did pull a shoe off that day, and his jumping did go. He's normally a very accurate, fast jumper, and his jumping went to pieces. He came back without a shoe. We don't know exactly when he pulled it off, but I think, having seen the video, he pulled it off fairly early because his jumping went. But as at Huntingdon the other day, he jumped brilliantly, and I think that was the reason. So if he's back to his best form, he's got a great chance.
Okay. Richard Lees carries 10 stone 4. I say
have Mr. Drum. 8-to-1 Super Coin. Rabba-Reba is 14-to-1, 16-to-1 Nordic Sun, and Mills Midge by far and away the outsider at 50-to-1.
Well, my only chance of commentating on a race is if they've got a grey one, a black one and a brown one and a chestnut one. Unfortunately for me, there are 3 greys here, Mr. Drum, Rabba-Reba and Nordic Sun, so it'd be no good me commentating on this race. But of course, the man who's going to take you through it doesn't need any such help of current rules.
Walking in. Mr. Drum is the one who's turned on the inside. Warren Marston takes a spin. Stand well.
They're under starters' orders, and they're off.
A level break for the Tote Bookmakers Summer Festival handicap chase. In the dash, the first of 15, Linton Rock, Stately Home, Nordic Sun and Mr. Drum were the first 4, followed then by Rabba-Reba. Towards the outside, Super Coin, Weaver George, and 2 lengths back to Mills Midge, and no prisoners here taken by Stately Home. He set out to make a pretty decent gallop here in the run to the second to Linton Rocks, Mr. Drum the inside, and then Nordic Sun, who's out deep on the course, so they go to the first, the ditches, and Stately Home, a mighty leap there. He stood a mile out the wings to in second place Mr. Drum, Linton Rocks and Nordic Sun, followed then by Super Coin, Rabba-Reba the lighter of the 3 greys, followed then by Weaver George and Mills Midge, already at the third, taking no prisoners, and it nearly caught out Super Coin and also Rabba-Reba, and the jockey on Mills Midge has performed a circus act to keep the partnership intact. He had both legs on one side of the horse. Mills Midge, though, effectively out of the race, over an open ditch there, and Stately Home was the leader. Mills Midge somehow got over that ditch, but the jockey has got no irons, so they're beginning to make the turn out of the back straight. Stately Home is out in front to Linton Rocks in second, Mr. Drum in third. Gosh, they've gone fast early. Then comes Nordic Sun, the outside of Super Coin, a break of 2 lengths then back to Weaver George, another couple of lengths back to Rabba-Reba, who's hit the 3rd and 4th fences very hard indeed, and then there's a break of about 8 lengths back to Mills Midge, and Robbie Supple has now got both irons back, and he's continuing the race, although he'll be singing in the choir tomorrow. They're beginning to make the run now down towards fence number 5, and Stately Home is the leader here. To Linton Rocks between horses is Mr. Drum, who broke the course record at this meeting last season, followed then in 4th place by Super Coin, Nordic Sun as they skip over the next. Mr. Drum didn't get too high, but in fact hurdled that fence and didn't lose any ground at all. They quickly go towards fence number 6. Mr. Drum kicked into it there to Stately Home, Linton Rocks, then Super Coin. Those are the first 4. Then back in 5th place Weaver George, Nordic Sun, reminders then for Rabba-Reba, and tailed tailed off is Mills Midge. Once again, Mr. Drum didn't get too high, and a bad blunder there back in 6th place by Nordic Sun. This pace beginning to really catch out some of the jumping as they go towards fence number 8, and this is the only water. Mr. Drum comes to it, spring-heeled at it to Stately Home. Linton Rock Super Coin was none too clever. Weaver George is getting closer then, back in 5th place, followed by Nordic Sun, then Raba Reba, who's might well being pulled up on that turn, and at long last is Mills Midge. They're beginning to make the turn now towards the halfway point. They go out into the country for the final time, and it's Mr. Drum out in front to Linton Rock, Stately Home, Super Coin the first 4. 2 lengths Weaver George, and then there's a further 4 lengths back to Nordic Sun. Raba Reba has indeed been pulled up on the run towards the 9th, and so too has Mills Midge. There's only 6 of them left as they go towards the next down the back. Mr. Drum again, a great leap in front to Stately Home, Linton Rock, Super Coin, then there's 3 lengths back to Weaver George, who's come off the bit, and now a long last is Nordic Sun. Through the dip in the Tote Bookmakers Summer Festival Handicap Chase, a searching gallop so far. Mr. Drum is out in front, he's the hare, the one to catch. Linton Rock's in 2nd, Stately Home back in 3rd. Super Coin hit that one hard, followed by Weaver George, and Nordic Sun is a long last and tailed off over the ditch, but still going, but slowly. Down towards the 5th from home, it's the 11th. Mr. Drum is out in front again, committed and booted into it to Stately Home and Linton Rocks. Weaver George then the outside of Super Coin, and Nordic Sun appears as though he might well be being pulled up. In fact, he is just going to take that plain fence over the final ditch at the end of the back straight, and 3 in line. Mr. Drum on the inside of Linton Rocks, who goes on, and then Stately Home between horses. Weaver George is back in 4th place and feels the whip, and there was a blunder in 5 by Super Coin, but Linton Rocks commits. Brendan Powell. Linton Rocks has gone on now to Stately Home, the prolific winner last season, in 2nd. Mr. Drum paying for that early pace back in 3rd. Weaver George on his hat-trick is staying on in 4th. Super Coin then is back in 5th, and Nordic Sun has been pulled up. Making the run down the hill, 3 more to take in the Tote Bookmakers Handicap, and it's Linton Rocks who's out in front. He's drawn the stick now on Stately Home in 2nd. Watch out for the red cap stand side of Weaver George, who's staying on nicely back in 3rd, and Mr. Drum in 4. Down towards a 3rd from home. Linton Rocks keeping up this relentless gallop, comes to 3 from home, gets in tight. Stately Home to within 2 lengths. Weaver George very low at it, didn't lose any equilibrium though. Down towards the 2nd from home. Linton Rocks on the inside. He's going to lead here by just over a length, but here comes the ultra game. Stately Home under a big weight. Weaver George is back in 3rd. Mr. Drum and Super Coin, but down towards the final fence. Norman Williamson and Stately Home led there through the top. The mistaken a fall in 2nd by Linton Rocks. Weaver George is left now in 2nd. Mr. Drum in 3rd, but here's another win for Stately Home up towards the line. What a game effort. £11 or more all round. Win 12 from 41 starts. A class act. Stately Home scores. Weaver George in 2nd. 3rd to finish was Super Coin, and 4th home was Mr. Drum.
Yes, he's a remarkable horse, is Stately Home, running in the colours of Peter Bone, his trainer, ridden by Norman Williamson. So a good double for Peter Bone, having won with Dream's End at York this afternoon, and Stately Home with 3-1.